So prices. So Shepard's clearly concerned about prices, mental well-being. Level's called Contingency, like a contingency plan. So suggests he's
He appears to be intact. We're going to head northwest to the
that Price's alternative plan. So Shepard wants us to go get Makarov. Price seems to think we need to end the war against America. So he's got his own plans. So we don't know what we're doing here. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know where we are. I'm going to assume somewhere in Russia.
5 men, automatic rifles, frag grenades, 1 German Shepherd.
But we saw kind of schematics of a submarine, so I guess we'll see what's going to happen.
It's good to have you back, old man. Roger that.
So this was an interesting reference to Sphere. We're following Price in a level, just like Price would follow his captain in the Chernobyl levels in the first one, or Gillied Up.
Get out of sight.
And it's already meant to kind of evoke that.
Let them pass.
And then he kind of explicitly mentions the soldiers in Pripyat, like back in my day kind of thing. After we're already meant to be thinking about that mission.
Two of them will stop for a smoke. Take one, I'll take out the other.
So you have that same kind of you take out one guy, I'll take out the other kind of thing as you do in the Chernobyl levels.
I'm ready. Let's take them all out at once. You take the handler and his dog on the left.
So now we've got 4, not 2. But I've been told what to do.
Beautiful.
So we're getting the idea at the start of this level, but very much by the end of this level, that Captain Price isn't quite right. That he's probably out for revenge on Makarov because of something that's happened between him and Makarov in the last 5 years. I guess just being locked up in a gulag, essentially. Probably tortured or whatever. But he's not kind of a clean-cut captain he was in the previous game. But even then, when you go back and play the first game after playing these ones, it's kind of clear he wasn't always particularly stable either. Like when he shot Al-Assad after finding out Zakayev was in charge, which was probably not what he was ordered to do.
So our intel was off. The Russians have mobile SAMs.
But now he's kind of very much taken, the 141 task force, away from their commanding officer and away from Shepard, and you're kind of on your own now.
Incoming! Look out! Follow me!
It's kind of a nice sudden change. Oh, good running, Brendan.
Incoming! Look out! Follow me!
Well, the game does it again and again, but I just love how there's just this sudden change in pacing. And you don't turn around to look at it, but you know it's still there because the trees are falling around all around you.
Slow down. Their vehicles can't follow us this far. Let them pass. Looks like they're searching for us.
And I like that different, that kind of being hunted stealth as opposed to remaining unnoticed stealth. As an aside, stealth games where have a fictional setup where you people know you're there, I always find so much more interesting than the ones where you're sneaking in and no one's allowed to know you're there. Because those kind of stealth games, you end up having one shootout and you shoot everyone, and then it's like, well, this is unbelievable now that no one else has noticed we're around. Whereas the kind of stealth games where their setup is, oh, there's a guy here somewhere, we need to find him.
Take them out or leave them be.
Take them out. If you end up messing up a little bit and having a shootout.
We're spotted. Take them out.
Oh dear. If you end up having a shootout, you feel like you can kind of come back from that and keep going.
Check your fire.
That has nothing to do with this game though. Just thinking about it in that change in stealth just then.
Don't give away our position, Roach. 3-man patrol, dead ahead. ahead. Take them out or leave them be.
Probably should have left him be. So we have this pipeline as well, which is kind of leading us to where we're trying to get to as well. Random eerie graves. I don't know if the graves symbolize anything, but I saw one, so I mentioned it.
Patrol at 12 o'clock. Use a suppressed weapon. We'll have to take them out at the same time. Take the two on the right. We got another dog patrol. Take them out or try to slip past. Your call.
Let him go. Enough dogs have died today. So we still have this pipeline that we've been following through the woods. Oh, we're still behind this patrol.
So, what's the status of our air support? Over.
A UAV loaded with AGMs is en route to your position.
Yeah, we come over the hill and here's our
It's perfect.
where we have to go.
Take control of the Predator drone.
Maybe these houses we have down there. We can see the bay where the submarine will be. Oh,
What just happened?
There's a mobile SAM site in the village. It just shot down our Predator.
so I was a bit slow doing that. Normally I would have opened the Predator as soon as he said it. And I'd be looking down, trying to find targets, and you'd see the white flare coming at you. And then it blows up. So it's another kind of, again, playing with expectations. You know, you've done Predator drone bits before.
You might want to grab a different weapon.
You've done Predator drone bits before, and now you're, that's not what I want. You know, you're expecting what you have to do, take out lots of people, and then suddenly it's blown up almost instantly. This gun feels really weird. That big kind of dangling scope. Oh my god. Oh, that looks better. That scope was just kind of really weird. Oh no. Nope, still killing good guys. Wow, I'm really good at that. Oh dear. Doesn't know about everybody's wearing white. Oh, okay, now there's bad guys where we were.
I see you.
think I got my unmanned drone back. Right, I think I might have missed some speaking where the SAM size taken out, so you get your unmanned drone back. You end up blowing it up, danger close to you over and over.
Target, you're 10 o'clock! I can't get a shot!
I'm not sure how these people who've gone AWOL have 2 unmanned drones at their disposal.
AGM missile is online.
So I think the idea is the SAM is there so that, you know, just kind of screw you over so you don't get the drone when you think you do.
Friendly fire! Friendly fire! I'm moving!
And then, you know, so you have to fight for a while, and then it's like, okay, now you can have the drone. Oh dear. I do like when that happens. I was getting shot, so I was pulled out of a computer screen, and then the missile I'd shot hits anyway. Which is kind of this weird, nice, like, seeing it from a perspective you're not meant to see it from.
AGM missile is online.
And I said it the last time we had unmanned drones, for where they kind of take that.
Roger that. The second predator is almost in position. Make it count. These things don't grow on trees.
What? That doesn't make any sense. So now I have the second predator, even though I was already using the second predator.
Roach, soften up their defenses with the Predator.
Watch for the flashing strobes. That's us.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't think I was meant to be able to use the predator back there, but I did anyway. Anyway. But yeah, so that kind of multiple perspectives thing, that's normally done through levels.
Take on their attention. The whole base.
Having that done with, you can actually see the drone flying around the level, so you can kind of see one of your avatars from your other avatar. I hadn't noticed that before. There's something I really like about that.
AGM missile is online.
Like, you know, so you kind of got that networked warfare thing through the loading screens about half the time. And you just kind of see that on this kind of moment where you can kind of see the network between you and that thing flying up in the air. Which is not at all to say I think unmanned drones are cool. They're freaking terrifying and hugely problematic and all those things, but in terms of kind of the distribution of things in the level design and storytelling, I do find it really interesting.
Missile is online. I repeat, AGM missile is online.
So remember, we still don't really have a reason why we're here. Wow, that was kind of cool. Just kind of blew that into my eyesight.
You're halfway there.
So yeah, so we're just kind of like chasing a ghost or something. We're just doing what Price tells us to do.
Ghost, cover me!
Like every other level, you just do what you're told to. But we don't know why we're here. We don't know what we're doing. Price has an idea on how to end the war. That Shepard thought was a terrible idea, but we're doing it anyway. So what could it be? Oh, where am I going? Whoops. At least I got avenged.
You're halfway there. AGM missiles online. AGM missiles online. I repeat, AGM missile is online. Good hit. Looks like at least 3 kills.
Use a Predator missile on that truck!
So as we were crossing the truck, we could see crossing that road, so I could see the truck was coming.
Arming AGMs, stand by. Arming AGMs, stand by. AGM missile is online.
Got that alarm going off in the background. Wow, there's a lot of enemies. Let's go this way.
5
orientating yourself from the top, from up there can be difficult as well. Like just knowing right what direction I'm facing. So there's the submarine. Oh dear, I don't know where I fired that. So we're being told to cover Price while Price runs down to the submarine. But we don't know what he's doing there. So Price has just gone off, and like we have no idea what he's doing. He's just kind of gone in the submarine and left us out here, which is a really interesting thing. Like it's probably one of a few times of a game where the player isn't present while something's happening, even in just kind of a secondary body standing to the side, like when the president gets abducted at the start of Modern Warfare 1. So like, for once we don't know what's going on. This alarm keeps going off in the background. Everyone's trying to attack us. The music's getting pretty tense. Then the perspective wants us to turn this way. It wants to make sure we're looking at the It wants to make sure we're looking at the submarine now. At least in its general direction. It doesn't want our backs to it. So the silo launchers for warheads, you would probably assume nuclear warheads are opening. And Price isn't answering to us. We're like, oh god, what's going on, Price? You have to stop this from happening. This is pretty terrifying. What's going on? And Captain Price is good and launches a nuclear weapon. And we're not there to stop him. We're not there to even see him do it. Like, we're like, what the hell? Like, Price went off by himself and has decided to launch a nuke. And it's just like massive, like, oh my god, what the hell just happened? And it's just really well done, like that kind of, from not knowing why you're even there to like this kind of intense music with that wailing in the background, to not being there, to seeing the silence and going, oh, Price will stop it. And then he just says good and Price himself launches the missile and you're like, what's going on?
Gentlemen, the missiles vector puts it en route to the East Coast. We will lose the White House.
We've rebuilt it before. We'll rebuild it again.
Casualties?
Possibly 30 to 50,000. Depends on the exact location of the detonation. All systems will go down.
General Shepard, you warned us. We should have listened.
When they speak of this moment, we will not be the ones who stood guard while America...
So it's kind of a flip
One man is responsible.
of no Russian. Like, so now, when the Americans are blamed for no Russian, now the Russians are going to be blamed for leading a nuke. And the military is giving Shepard a blank check, whatever that means, as though the land invasion of America wasn't enough to throw everything they wanted at them. So we don't actually know exactly. So the nuke is meant to blow up for White House, apparently. I feel like this isn't happening how I remember it. I'm not going to play this mission now. This will be the end of this video, but I want to see what happens here. So we're back at, you know, our American friends who are kind of left at the last minute, and we're replaying something we've already done. You know, we've seen this before earlier in this very video. I thought there was something else happened before here. Maybe it happens in a moment. So yeah, got my last mag. So, you know, we've played this. It's kind of like, alright, so what happened here kind of moment. And then there's the white flash. And right, okay, so this is what happens. And now we're in space. So again, we're jumping from body to body here, from Roach to the drone, to that American dude I've lost the name of, and now we're on the International Space Station. And we're out here doing a space war, probably doing something unrelated. And we've just been asked to look over here for some reason, like land, people down on land. When we see this thing coming. So that's clearly the nuclear warhead that, what's that guy's name? That Price launched.
Houston, we're not scheduled for any satellite launches today, are we?
ISS Houston, stand by. We may have a problem here.
Houston, this is ISS Control. Any word on the...
And then, so the nuke goes off. So what's this meant to communicate is that it didn't blow up on land, it blew up in space. And you kind of saw the electricity grid kind of go out of the American land blowhand. Destroyed the ISS space station, killed who we were controlling, and blew up in midair. And the EMP blast just destroyed everything that was in the air. Helicopters falling out of the sky. But this was quite good. I'm going to do that in the next episode. I'll restart this mission so we can kind of get the pacing proper. It's quite an interesting moment. But yeah, so we found out that's how Price wants to end the war. He wants to just launch a nuke. Which doesn't actually land in Washington, but which EMP blasts everything. And is enough to, I guess, to make the Americans not look like the bad guys anymore. Well, they are the bad guys still, but I guess Russia's the worst guys. Or something like that. Anyway, so it's some really interesting missions there. One of a few moments where the player isn't present while something is happening. At least directly. We don't see Price in the submarine doing his thing. But we'll continue with this mission in the next video. Cheers.